Hi, it's Joyce, the Energy Lady. I'm going to share one of the chapters in my book. One of the chapters I talk about in there is that the body talks to us. I'm a firm believer that our body will respond if we don't do what we're here to do. And if we're not doing the things that are calling to us or that we know we're here to do, our body's going to show up for us in some way. And sometimes it's not a very comfortable way. Interesting enough that when you feel called to do something, say to start a business, inside you have a 9-to-5 job. In fact, I have a client with a really good 9-to-5 job, and he's an engineer, and yet he has felt called for years to start a business with his wife, and he's ignored that calling because he's comfortable with that stable income and that benefits, and knowing that he's going to be able to pay the bills with that. Becoming an entrepreneur is not for everyone. And so I'm not encouraging you leave your day job, go to that. But I am saying that if something is calling to you to do it and you're not doing it, your body will talk to you. Your body will respond. And for him, his legs and feet started really hurting. And that has to do with moving forward. The other interesting thing is I just had a phone call from a new gentleman yesterday that said, hey, I'm very interested in learning what you do, because I think it was like 3 or 5 years ago, he had to quit his job to become a caregiver for parents. And he said his whole body just started breaking down. And he's been to numerous doctors and specialists to try and find answers, and they don't have them, and they can't find out what's wrong. And I am a firm believer, number one, that when you become a caregiver, if you don't take care of yourself, you will get sick. Number two, you do take on the energy of those people that you're around. And I'm not saying don't be a caregiver. I was a caregiver for 5 years for my parents. Well, my father only lasted for a year. My mother was for 5 years. And I know the importance of taking care of yourself when you are a caregiver. But his body started breaking down, and he's very debilitated now because of that. And I am a believer that you have to address and unpack and clean up those issues that you have around ignoring the nudges of what you are to do. And the things that I call it the spirit, I call it the true self, your true essence, that's calling you forward to do more, and you're not listening, then your body's going to start talking to you. And it'll show up in the forms of pain. It'll show up in the form of illness. It'll show up in the form of not being able to move forward, whether it's knee pain, foot pain, leg pain, hip pain, because that's your body's way of saying, come on, listen. So the challenge is taking risks will actually help you feel better, but it's really scary if it has to push you out of your comfort zone. So listen to your body and what it's trying to say to you. And those are the kind of things that I'm addressing in my book, as well as that I address with clients, is we address the parts of your being that are stopping you from moving forward, the parts that are afraid to do what you're here to do. And you stay in that comfort zone because you know it well. You've been there before. You may have been there for a really long time. And it's risk. So you get to choose, you get to decide. This is a really short video about a big subject, but that's just one of the topics that I start to cover in my book that I'm writing. So with that, if you have any questions, concerns about something that's going on with your life, in your body right now, and you can't find any answers, then book a consultation with me. Let's talk. Let me see how I can do to help you. Okay? Have a really great day.